Because I got issues.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to Monday Morning Talks. I am your girl, SoSo, and I am here with my girl, Michelle LaShae. And soon, joining us also this morning is my girl, Miss J. She will be in really soon. We're just waiting on her so she was here, so she's not late. We're all late. Just waiting on her to just sign back in.
Who was late?
So,
Yeah.
huh?
Who was late?
All of us.
Oh no, don't blame me.
I was 11 and Jordan had to be 11:30, and then so
It wasn't me this time.
it wasn't you this time.
Mm-mm.
All right, you was Michelle. Actually, Michelle was not late this morning. This
Come
time it
on
was
now.
not.
You need to say it loud for the people in the back because everybody knows it be Michelle
Michelle,
Miller.
we was not. Michelle got her coffee this morning, and she was not late. Okay, that's a cute little cup.
Thank
I like
you.
that. Where you get that from?
My sister got it for me because she loves me. I'll find out the details.
Yes, please. So here's Jordan.
There you go. That's much better, beautiful.
That's better. Sorry about that, ladies.
Okay, much better, Jordan. All
Let
right,
me
we're
fly
live
away from
now.
here. There we go.
Okay, so here's Jordan, Miss J, is what we
Hi.
call her, and I just want you to tell people a little about yourself.
So I am initially from Evanston, Illinois. I graduated from Evanston Township High School, and then I relocated to Atlanta about 7 years ago. And this past summer, I had to move back to Chicago because my dad was terminally ill with cancer, which he
Mm.
passed away in August. And then my mom,
Oh.
she had a heart issue 2 days after his funeral, and she had
Hmm.
to have a pacemaker put in. So
Oh.
that was like a 6 month healing process. So, of course, me being her only child that's still single, I have an older sister and a younger brother. They're both married. I'm here. I might as well help my mom out. And then I got into media and radio because this has been a passion of mine for at least the last 15 years. However, I had a son at the age of 17 and I had to be a mother for the last 15 years. So now that COVID happened, I lost my job, I was laid off. I said, what better time than now to go back to school and figure out and chase my dream really and truly live it out. And that's how I have met Sophia. Now we are school and classmates, and it has been an awesome time and an awesome friendship and relationship.
Yay, cause that's so.
Yes,
She's
so
so
exactly,
girl.
so
Cause she the bomb. Look, okay.
she
Sorry,
is.
y'all. My stand keep falling over like this.
Like you gotta stay still. We
I
live.
can't.
Look,
It keep going.
you might have to
So I
tighten.
think
Did
we
you
good
tighten
now.
all of the little? Okay, I was gonna say you gotta make sure all the little knobs are
Little
tight.
things screwed. Yes, I think we good now. Okay.
Now, Michelle, Sophia told me you have a spa in
I
Atlanta.
yeah. I have a suite. It's a brow beauty and brow bar. So
Okay.
not yet a full service spa, but yes, it's in Dunwoody. And it's I specialize in makeup and brows. I wasn't prepared for that question. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I meant to ask it before we started, but I was okay.
Yeah,
We'll talk
yeah,
off air.
yes, yes, yes. When you come on back home,
Yes, I'll be back in a couple of months. I'm so excited.
okay, I'll be here.
Okay, I'll be look. I'll be calling you. We're gonna get together, and Soso has to come visit us. So you on mute?
Can't hear you. You on mute? She can't hear us say you on mute.
You're on mute. We can't hear you.
Oh,
There
my
you
bad.
go.
I said I did like a day trip out there to visit Michelle, and so like Bronner's Brothers, and so Bronner's Brothers, Michelle,
Oh yes,
home.
Bronner Brothers all the time.
That's
Yes,
what I did. So yeah, I definitely want to go back. That's my
yes.
plan.
When we have time to
So
do something too.
yeah, I know. Yeah, you just can't go on trips with people. Certain people you just can't. You can't do trips with, and I learned that the hard
You
way.
can say that again.
For real, I learned that I learned it the hard way, and so hello Paula, how are
Hi,
you?
Paula.
Hello.
So today we're getting into some topics. The first topic I want to talk about is basically being black in America, along with police brutality. So Michelle, I know like this is a topic that you had brought up that you wanted to discuss. So I'll let you take the floor.
Ooh. I brought it up because it's a hot topic. Everybody's talking about it with the George Floyd thing, and then now it's Makai. I can't remember her last name at the moment, and
My lease.
I
Alex Toledo.
yeah, and so like
Mhm.
I recently I remember on Valentine's Day I went with my son and we went to go see American Skin. Like that was our date. That's what he wanted to go see. And so, his reaction to the movie was surprising to me because he's 12 and just his reaction to it. And then it just like some of the questions that he raised, like, um, well, why do police not like black people? And, mommy, what if somebody, wants to gets mad at me because I'm a black boy, and those things are like really scary and such a scary thought process. And even now, like nowadays, you can't even, at least for me, getting stopped by the police is literally like a gut wrenching situation. You know,
I
I was
agree.
pulled over one time driving from Chicago back to Atlanta, and I was pulled over right at the border of Illinois and Kentucky. And when I tell you, that man pulled me over, and I just couldn't do anything but like shake, because in my gut, I was like, what if he just decides to shoot me? Don't argue with him. Don't do anything. Give him whatever he needs. Like, do everything in like small movements. Like, whatever you do. Like, don't let this man shoot you in front of your son. And but then you have the flip side of that. Like, my sister's husband is a police officer, so you know that they're humans too. You know,
Hmm.
and
Mm.
they're human people and they make human mistakes and such. So, um, I'm like such in the middle because you have some people who are just like really like Black Lives Matter, and are out here protesting and they're doing all these different things. But then you have like people like me who want to say something but don't really know what they could say or what they could do to make a change or what type of input they could have. Like, so I guess that's my biggest thing is like, what could someone do who doesn't want to be a protester, who doesn't want to be out there making laws? But like, what can we do to help support people who have, you know, face police brutality or just any type, these negative situations, being a black person in America? Like, what can we do if you don't want to be out there protesting, if you don't want to do, the big things? What are some of the small things you could do inside of your community? I don't know. That's my biggest like thought process. So
That's a good question. I think for me personally, starting at home, educating our sons, that's the first step that we have to take to make sure that they're safe. It's weird that we have to say that, but then it's also like even if we teach them to comply to what the police officer is saying, we've seen on the videos as well that that doesn't work either. So I think really educating people of other races of who we are as black people, letting them know that every time you see a black person, you don't have to clutch your purse. You don't have to be scared to speak to us and be friends with us. And even going and talking to our local police department. I have a god sister who's a police officer. She's not one of these killers that are out here killing black people all the time. But then we also have the ones like the ones you experience in Kentucky. I've experienced the same thing in Georgia. And it's a scary feeling, even just to see a police car go past you. And it's like, oh God, are they going to turn around? Are they going to pull me over for doing something? So I think really it's just really about educating other people as to who we are and just letting know that we are human beings just like you guys are. We're not out here to hurt you. We're not to scare you. We want to be friends just as much as you do. And we don't even have to be friends, but be cordial and treat us like human beings.
right.
And you know that the thing is, hey Mario. Mario said, "Yo."
Hey,
So,
Mario.
Hi, Mario.
yeah. So the one thing that's what I say. Like, it's so different from like when people from another race come into our communities. We don't get scared unless we might think they the police or whatever, but we don't get scared to where we feel like we're in danger.
Right.
So how come we can't get that same effect when we're in their communities where they gotta clinch or call the police on us because we're walking through a predominantly white community. So it's
Right.
like this
Right.
whole thing is they gotta understand, they gotta educate themselves. It's like when I talk to like my Caucasian friends or whatever, they try to be supportive, but they still kind of don't get it all the way, and so some of them feel more comfortable not saying too much because they don't want to say the wrong thing, which I appreciate it. I'd rather you not say nothing than start comparing your situations to ours,
Right.
because your situation is totally different from your traffic stop is totally different from our traffic stop. Our traffic stop is already prejudged. We're judged
Mm-hmm.
because the color of our skin. They already know how they are going to treat us compared to how they're going to treat you. So don't compare my traffic stop to your traffic stop. When I got pulled over, one night I was coming home from work, and I was speeding, and so this cop pulled me over, and I was in a big truck. I was in an Avalanche, and it had tinted windows. So he pulled me over, and so I only raised the window down just a little bit, just enough to where he can see my eyes and I can see his eyes, because I was scared. I was on the phone with my boyfriend at the time too. I had him on speaker, and I'm like, "Stay on the phone with me. I'm getting pulled over." I should not be afraid to let my window down for a police officer. So he kept telling me, "Ma'am, you have to let your window down because I can't see in your car." What do you need to see in my car for? My hands are on the steering wheel. Why do you need to see in my car? So, but
Right.
he was a short guy. He was a little bit. He was a little man. So and I was in a big truck. So I was like, I said, "Sir, I'm a black woman," and I said, "I'm a black woman, and I said, I'm by myself in this car, and and it's me and you, or whatever." He said, "I understand that, but I just need this. I can't really see in your car. Your windows are tinted. If your windows were tinted, it'd be different." So I let my window down, just enough. But I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry this had to come to this." I had to tell him, like, "I'm sorry this has to come to this, but it's just scary being pulled over nowadays, being black."
Yeah.
And he was real nice. He gave me a ticket, of course, which I deserved. I was speeding, and he went about his way. But it's sad that we have to be scared when we get
Yeah.
pulled over by the police. Something has to give. Something has to happen to take that fear from us, because
Hey,
we don't want to get
Marlon.
shot, huh?
I was saying hi to you.
Marlon. Hey, Marlon.
Hi, Marlon.
Um, well, this is true, but then so do you feel the same if you were like if the policeman was a black man? Would you still feel that same type of fear getting pulled over by a black police officer?
No,
To No, I was
I'm not
gonna
even
say,
gonna
to be
lie.
honest, no, I don't. I don't. I probably feel more comfort knowing that he's a black officer.
Yeah,
So you don't
me
think
too.
a black officer is capable of doing like some of the same or similar like racist things that white officers do? Because you
Yes. Yeah, especially the ones that work in the predominantly white police departments, because there was a black officer that worked for the Posing Police Department. He was worse to us than the white cop, because it was almost like he had to show himself. He had to prove himself to them. So he treated us worse than the white cops treated us. And I had to tell him, like, "Dude, like, he not even treating us like that, and you a brother. Why are you treating us like this?" I told him, I said, "You trying to prove yourself to them?" Because he was like the only black cop on their force. And the Posing Police Department and Midlothian Police Department are truly racist. And I mean, I'm gonna say it, they are. And so, and he was like one of the only black cops there, but he treated us worse than the white cop did, which was crazy. I mean, he didn't shoot us, but still.
so he ain't shooters, but still, right? I feel you. Yeah, I just wonder that too because I know that there are some black cops who have like this cop privilege, I guess you could say, almost like white privilege, like they almost feel
Yeah,
like they're better than you because I'm a cop or whatever the case may be. Um, so that's what I was wondering. That's why I was wondering that. But
I think Jordan was trying to say something, like she froze up a little bit.
oh
Jordan,
yeah,
can you hear us? Yeah, I think she might have froze up a little bit.
Jordan,
Let me move her and then add her back.
Jordan.
Let me
There
see
she
if I add
goes.
her back to the stream.
She's refreshing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, she went
she
off.
gone. Girl. She'll be
She'll
back.
come back.
Yes.
She'll
But
be back.
getting back to like what you can do to support the movement, what do you think, Sophia, besides like with the police, like what could you do to support the black movement to if you don't want to protest or anything like that, what else do you think you can do?
If I don't want to,
Right.
can you
Protest
hear?
or
Are you hi?
you're back.
Welcome
My
back.
phone like overheated apparently, so it cut off. So I'm just gonna
Oh
stay
my
on the
gosh.
computer. I'm just gonna
Okay.
stay on the computer.
But what you was about to say something, I think, and you had froze up.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I don't fear a black officer as much as I do a white officer. I do think a black officer is capable of doing what a black white officer we've seen them do to black people. However, I get what you're saying too, so with the discrimination that you guys experienced from the black officer at the white police department. But I personally feel just instantly my body I think is more at ease when I see a black officer approaching my vehicle than a white officer. And I don't want to say it to seem like I'm being racist, but it's just so many events have taken place, not even just on the national TV level, it's just on social media and life, us personal experiences. We know someone who's been racially profiled against by police officers, if not
Yeah.
ourselves. So it honestly just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable for a black officer to approach me.
Yeah. Definitely. It's I feel if I when they get out, I feel like they're not like, okay, I feel in danger.
Hmm.
And so they're gonna walk up to you like they'll walk up to any other car. They're not walking up to you with intention. So you pulling you over, they pulling you over. And I feel like if you pulling me over, don't ask for my driver's license and insurance before you telling me why you pulling me over. And see,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the thing
right.
too. A lot of us really need to know our rights. A lot of us really need to know that we don't have to get out the car without probable cause. A lot of us really need to know that we need to ask, why are we getting pulled over? If we're getting pulled over for a seatbelt, give me a ticket. There's no reason you need to search my car. There's no reason you need to have me step out of the car. If your reason for pulling me over was for a ticket because you ran my plates, so you ran my name, so you see I don't have a warrant. So there's no need for me to get out the car. We really need to dig deep into these laws and know our rights because they think we don't know.
But
Right.
even
And
even with knowing your rights though, like a lot of people don't care. I don't care if
that's
you
true.
know that you gotta do. Yeah, you right. You can't. You supposed to stay in the car, but I told you to get your ass out. So get out.
That's true.
And that's what happened. Remember with Sandra Bland, she was asking
Yeah,
the officer, "Why
Yes.
are you asking me to get out the car? Why am I being forced out of my car? Why am I now being arrested?" And she ends
Yes.
up dead. So it's like even if you comply, it's like you
that is
still
true.
are. It's a 50-50 chance,
It is.
unfortunately.
It is. And
That's true. It's so
it's
sad.
because like, so how do you know what I'm saying? How do you teach that? And how do you teach your kids that? Like, how do you warn your kids about that without making them paranoid, and hateful towards another race, because not every white person is a bad person.
No, no, definitely not. And that's what I was just telling Lyric, because Lyric will always tell me, like, we'll talk about something, and I'll ask them, like, were they white? Were they black? She's like, Mom, why you always got to ask if they white or black? And I was like, because, so I had to explain to her after we watched, we got the verdict from the George Floyd trial or whatever. I had to explain to her. I asked these questions because it's a reason, because we are treated differently. And I had to really explain to her. She's 13. And I told her, like, we are not treated the same. I said, when I was like, you got to understand that racism exists. I know, like, because the school she goes to is like predominantly white or whatever. And they're all, so, you're not really seeing the difference. But racism does exist. And if you ever experience it, I don't want you to not understand why, what I'm saying, why did this
Or
happen
miss
to me?
that moment, right?
Yes, and so I had to really explain to her, but it's really no way, especially with you two. You both of you have boys, so like it's even scarier for you two because they're automatically black boys are already targeted, are automatically looked at as thugs, as gangbangers, as a threat. And so telling my daughter this, like, when I seeing these girls, Breonna Taylor just getting shot up in her house, and Cedric Bland, and all these other girls getting killed by the police as well. It's like it doesn't. I have to talk to her just as hard as y'all talk to y'all boys. It's sad. My daughter got pulled over in Tinley Park the other day, and she was like, she got so mad because she already have these feelings about the police because how they did her boyfriend, and so she got. And I had to tell her too, but don't get an attitude with no cop for one. Do
Right.
what they say. And every cop isn't bad. Every white cop isn't bad. Every cop isn't bad. So don't treat them how you treat a normal cop until they start showing that side of them. We can't just go
Right.
in and be like, oh, you a white cop, I'm gonna give you attitude, and I ain't gonna, because every white cop isn't bad.
Right.
So
I'm gonna be honest, Michelle. I really don't know or really have an answer for this question because I'm struggling with this as a parent right now. I have a 15-year-old son. He's currently with his dad because I told his dad I feel like I've carried him as far as I can right now. I feel like it's important for you to be a part of his life, and
yes,
so hopefully, once I do get him back at the end of this summer, they've had some type of conversations where his dad could give him better guidance, because honestly I don't really know what else to tell our boys or our children at all. Like, even so with you saying, you're telling your daughter to comply and work with the officers, we keep saying it, we tell our kids to do it, but how do we really know which decision is going to be the best judgment
right,
for them in those
yeah,
situations?
that's
If
true.
we're not with them, I mean, who's to say the officer is going to comply and follow any of the training guidelines
Right.
that he has received?
That's true.
We've seen this so many times in the last couple of months with the police brutality, where they are going directly to their guns. They're not using tasers. They're not trying to talk to these victims. They're just going straight for the guns. So honestly, this is one of my biggest fears that I wake up on a daily basis thinking, will my son, unfortunately, those are thoughts, will my son be one of these victims? I don't want him to be, and I pray that every day that he doesn't ever experience this, but it's a scary feeling growing up and raising a black male in America right
Yeah,
now.
Yes, yes, it is. And I mean, you, especially with, just the all of the things that you have to do with just raising a human being, period.
Right.
And then just to, and to have a little boy, and just, just know that he naturally has a target on his back because he's black.
Because he's
You
black.
know, I'm watching my son, run around yesterday, and we were at the park and he's playing, and it's just like somebody can really see this innocent child as a threat. Like, really, like he's a baby, just like the young lady, like she was being jumped, and dude, the little 16-year-old got a whole rifle walking down the street going past the police, like, what up, little homie? He
Yeah.
just killed somebody,
Yep.
and he successfully went to jail.
One. Yeah. And I think they even like let him go all the way back home, and then they picked him up and got him something to eat before they took him back to jail.
Yeah.
So like this takes me
yep,
back to the day where the Capitol was ambushed a couple of months ago.
yeah, that's
I
crazy.
legit was watching the TV and I said, if this was black people, I guarantee you every single body walking towards that building would be dead right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed.
yeah,
Like, they
it
would
would have been
drop the
The
bomb.
bodies.
fact
It
that
would have
all
been
these
We'll
bodies all
victims,
over
rebuild
the
it.
place.
Oh yeah. We'll rebuild
I
it.
could not believe it. Like, exactly. I felt like it was only 100 people that maybe ambushed it. When I found out it was like 800 people that ambushed, not only that, they successfully got back home on airplanes. Many of them came from out of town.
Yep.
So the fact that they were
Exactly.
able to do that, then these are Capitol officers who are also federal employees that you guys
Right.
are attacking.
Right.
And it's like they're not even afraid.
Nope.
They're not afraid.
Taking
It's
selfies.
it's it's right. How did you even get in there? How did you even get
Exactly.
in there?
Tell
That's
you.
that's the
It's so
crazy
crazy.
part. Like, where
So
was
crazy.
all the now? They was able to line up all these cops for the march, the Black
Right.
Lives Matter march. They had National Guards, cops everywhere.
Mhm.
Why was it so light at the Capitol where all these big government officials are, and they were able to take pictures in your office? They were able to get through bus windows, and everybody walked out. Nobody was
And they
arrested.
sold items
What, five
trying
people?
to sell stuff on eBay. I mean, it's crazy to me. It's
It
That's
so
is.
insane.
everything though.
And at the end of the day, though, like, I wouldn't trade being black for anything.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's
no,
like
I definitely
it's
wouldn't.
It's
yeah,
the
it's
best.
like
It's
this.
the best time to be black right now.
Oh
I
yeah.
say.
But it's still so crazy to me. And like they always say, never forget. We the bomb of this, the bomb of that. But they want us to forget where we came from, what we went through. It's always like forget, forget, forget. You still using that as an excuse.
Right.
But then it's like,
Right.
oh, things are so different now. They're not. They're not. And just look at, like,
It's just in a different form. You
it's
just not. You're
completely
just
different.
not. We're just not working for free no more. But we are working, and the fact that we still police is still there for a reason to capture runaway slaves. They're just there now to capture
Right.
black people. So it's slavery is still here. That stuff is still here, just in a different form.
Yeah.
They know, they figured, okay, we can't have them enslaved. That's illegal. But what can we do now? We're going to arrest them, keep them in jail, or we're going to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
That's our way of controlling them.
Yeah. The prison system is just legal slavery. You got all our black boys in jail. You have people that's in like legal states still in jail for marijuana for
Yeah,
years and
that's
years.
crazy.
You people who's lost their whole youth because of like an ounce or two of weed. But then you got these white people who making mad money on it.
Exactly.
And it's
Legally.
like,
Exactly.
Because they can tax it.
Exactly.
yeah.
Or you got the white people who's committing murder and getting 5 years.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, while we
Exactly.
getting life for weed. You know, they get
Exactly.
5 years for
Exactly.
murder, 5 years for child molestation, you know,
Exactly.
or probation.
Probation. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he didn't mean to rape
Just
her.
slap a
Or
band-aid on
He
it.
was drunk.
right. Or they're mentally ill. You know, every time they
Right,
get do
right.
something, it's always a mental issue with
Mental
them.
illness.
But if you know they're
Right.
mentally ill, why you keep a bunch of guns in the house?
Exactly.
You know,
And
where they
where
can
it's
find it and get
accessible.
to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend this past week. He was telling me that 5 black boys and one white boy went to the store. They all stole. They were in college. I guess somebody back at the college showed the police on them. Guess how many of the 6 went to jail?
One. Like 5 black boys, you said.
Right, the five
Oh, the
black
five
boys.
black boys. Oh yeah.
And of course, they didn't want to tell on their white
Okay,
friend,
my
but he
math
never
is
even came
horrible.
forward. They didn't even come forward. He didn't even come forward to say, okay, I was a part of it or anything like that.
Oh
So
yeah,
this is what I'm saying with our justice system is so messed up. And I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. If they didn't find Derek Chauvin convicted of all 3 of those charges last week, America was gonna go up in flames.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
When
Oh
he got
it,
arrested, they already
he,
told him, now you're gonna go to jail because if you
Right.
don't,
right. It's over with.
So it's not
The
even
whole
about the
country.
fact that he got convicted. What is his sentence? That's
Exactly. That's what be
Um,
next week, right?
yeah,
No, in
I
three
think
weeks.
I think they said 8 weeks, if
In
I'm
eight
not
weeks.
mistaken.
8 weeks
Yep,
to
So he gonna get
65. That's
some
a
good
lot.
time. He's gonna, but they say he can get between what
45
20,
and
25,
75 years, I think.
yeah, something like that. So let's see. Hopefully, victim impact statements will make a difference. And that said, that's what I'm waiting for. How much time? Yeah, that's exactly how much time is he gonna get? Because with the other cop that killed the boy who stabbed the 16-year-old. I mean, who shot the 16-year-old like 16 times because he said he had a knife. How much time did he get?
You said 16. Which one?
You talking about the one that was here
I,
in Chicago, right?
yes. When he was in Chicago, he
I
shot the
think
six.
he
He
only
shot
got
the
like
boy.
10 years. Yeah, he shot him
He said
16
he came
times.
to him with a knife, but the video showed that the boy wasn't walking up to him with a knife.
Oh, I
And
remember.
sometimes
Yeah,
I
he
hate when
shot
I
him in the
can't
back,
remember their
right?
names.
Yep, he
Yeah,
shot
he shot
him.
him in the
He shot
back.
him in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah.
he got what, like 20 years? How much time did he
I
get? It
think he
wasn't
only
much.
got like 10 years, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
it wasn't much. And he shot that
Laquan
boy. He
McDonald,
overkill.
that's who it was. Laquan
Yes,
McDonald case.
thank you. I hate when I can't remember their names. I feel so bad sometimes.
I
I feel
know,
like
I
I
do
should know
too.
their names.
But it's so
Yeah,
messed up, and this might, no, I don't want this to sound bad, but it's so many and it's happened so often. It's hard to keep up with all the names.
that's
Like,
true.
Mm-hmm.
What hurts me most out of all of them, well, out of most of them, is Tamir Rice.
oh
That
yeah,
baby was 12 years old. The cop just literally pulled his gun out of his car and shot the baby. Got away with it. I don't hear no story about that cop. I don't hear nothing about that cop. Any charges, nothing about that cop that shot that baby who was playing with a toy gun in the park, minding
I
his own
know,
business. You couldn't get
I
out that
know.
car and talk to that baby or whatever to make sure the gun wasn't real. Even if the gun was real, he ain't around nobody.
Right.
But you pull your gun out the window and you shoot this baby like
Yeah.
he was nothing. You
You're right.
know?
It is so many to try to remember. You said so many to try to remember.
Yeah,
So Jason Van
very
Dyke, the
sad.
officer who shot Laquan McDonald, he was sentenced to 6 years and 9 months in prison.
6 years?
And that's his sentence. So that ain't even what he got to serve.
Right. Exactly, because I
Yeah,
think
he's
they're
gonna
giving
do
him credit
prison.
for whatever he had already, like when he was waiting for his trial. I think they gave him credit for that too. So I
So
agree with you on that. I was
this,
never ever allowed to play with guns either, and I don't allow my
yeah,
son to play with
You
we
guns.
know
don't.
what? My son
I
can't
don't
play,
like when
not
people let their
outside.
kids play with toy guns at all
Mm-mm.
either. I don't. especially nowadays.
He went. My son went to play with these two little white boys down the street that he used to be friends with, and they was trying to take his little Power Ranger guns outside, and my heart
Mhm.
skipped a beat. And that's
Yeah,
sad. That's
that
sad.
is.
And I was like, no, 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 baby, you can't take that outside.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
shouldn't feel that way. You
Uh,
shouldn't be able to tell your kid you can't take that toy outside.
only
Just
good gun that the boys can play with is laser tag in the laser tag facility.
look, there you go.
Or
Yeah, I
if you're going to go, what's that, paintballing in the paintballing
right.
area.
In the facility.
I
Inside.
miss
And
having
even
water
then, you
gun
got to make
fights.
sure they know this is the facility now. Don't come in here.
Right. We used to
Yeah,
have
water
water
gun
gun fights, and
fight.
I'm scared to even allow my son outside to play with a water gun. Honestly,
Yeah,
even though it's colorful
nowadays.
and it's bright in different colors than a regular gun, I still don't feel comfortable allowing him to go outside of our household with it.
Mhm.
Well, they should stop making them or stop selling them in our community
Right.
because if you're gonna sell them in our community and then when our kids have them, you're gonna kill them for having something that's a
Exactly.
toy. That
Mhm.
don't sell it in our community.
That's
Keep it
right.
in their
I mean,
communities.
it's purposeful, just like how they have all of these mysterious. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it ain't mysterious because everybody know in Chicago. You know how everybody get these things off these trains. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they set it
Right.
up for them
Oh
to
yeah.
get it. They set it up for our community to have it. They have liquor stores on every other corners in our community.
Yes.
They don't
Yes.
want us to
Oh
have
yeah.
anything
Oh
great.
yeah. They trying
They
to keep
want us
us.
to have that.
It's
So
so
yeah,
sad.
or train
Train
them.
them. And that or train them
Okay.
popo.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
asking
got
the
a
right
I agree
question.
typo.
with that. She's
Train the
saying for
What
the
you say?
police, train the police to ask the right questions.
Oh, popo.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard them being called the popo in so long. I'm so old.
You is
I'm
oh,
like poo
she like
poo.
the who, the poo poo, the
I'm
poo
like straight down poo
poo.
poo. Popo.
I love it.
My bad. I'm like, wait, what is she? Dang, I haven't heard them. My brother still called on the popo though. This is so crazy. I haven't heard that. Let me call that in so words. I'm so Jersey. Yes.
That's
I
my
knew what you were
that's my
saying.
angel too. Angel,
I know. Thank you, Jordan. See
Gotcha.
that?
yeah.
Got me over here crying. But that's true. You should train the popo to ask the right questions. But that's the thing. That's why they need to be retrained. And I honestly, and I say this so many times that if you're going to if they kill, put it like this, don't defund them because like I said, these that's killing us came from money probably, was born in money. They
Right.
police checks probably ain't nothing to them. But if you're giving them life in prison or the death sentence for killing a person of color, I bet you it's going to make the other ones think like, dang, they not playing no more. We actually getting life in prison or they actually killing us in jail. They actually giving us a death sentence or they giving us life in prison. No other choice. It ain't no 20 years, no 10 years, no 5 years. Stricter laws on police when they intentionally kill people of color. Stricter laws, like put them in jail for the rest of their life. Defunding them is not really going to, you defunding people, all of them not bad. So why defund the whole police department when you got police officers who need that money, who are good cops, who became a cop for the real reason? So I don't think that's fair to defund the entire police department. Give them stricter laws. Give them no other choice but life or death in prison. Bottom
I,
line.
I was listening in on the conversation on Clubhouse because I love my Clubhouse. Um, um. Sorry, I was reading the next comment. I believe
Yeah.
it's for an eye.
Uh,
Yeah,
she also said, hey boo.
that's my boo right there. Um, but I was listening into this really great conversation, and they were talking about defunding the police and what that would mean. And so it gave me a different understanding. So it's not that you would take money specifically away from just taking money away from the police department.
Hmm.
Not only are you taking like certain like money or such, what are you doing? You're allocating different areas because
Hmm.
police officers aren't trained to deal with mentally ill patients, people who are
No,
truly
they send
mentally
them to
ill.
the ER. We get them
Right.
all the
So
time.
you need people who like so you have the way they put it, it was that police would just deal with the security, the true crimes. All of the other
Hmm.
things that the police are called for that, lead to like senseless stuff, you know what I'm saying? Unnecessary arrests or killings and such. you would leave that to like somebody else. So you would have like, the police, and then you have your like mental health police, or your, domestics, this police, or whatever the case may be. So it would basically put things in different categories. So you would have people who are trained for particular situations to come in, and you don't have these people who don't know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Coming in, and all they know how to do is shoot the trigger 3 times, coming in and just killing folks, I guess you could say. But yeah. So that was my understanding, that what defunding the police would be, not just necessarily taking money from them, like, oh, you were bad people, so we're gonna take money from you. So it's not only just like taking money, it's not taking money away from the department, but it's breaking the department up so you can service the people the way that they need to be served, and not just, you know.
And that makes more sense because, like you said, if you have a mental health patient, if they're going through a mental health episode, the last thing you should be doing is shooting them. You should be sitting down, talking them through the situation, figuring out what's going on, what's triggering them, and what kind of care and help they need. Because if your first
Exactly.
reaction or thought is to go and kill somebody or shoot somebody, you're making that issue bigger. What if they survive that shot? Now they're dealing with post trauma after that, on top of everything else that they've already dealt with. So now that makes them even more, you know, acceptable or put to the point where they're ready to have another episode, or it might trigger them to have episodes continuously from there. So it just all depends, I think, really with how they're planning on defunding the police and where they're planning to reallocate those funds. If they're not really trying to reallocate it to support us, the community, and the people that are really paying this money into the police department, then yeah, defund them all together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you put it that way, I agree too. But they do definitely need special training. Like I said, when they get like the mentally ill people, they send them straight to the hospital. Like in the ER, these people, they just, when they act out, they just go straight to the ER. We get so many mentally ill patients, so many of the patients that the police don't want to deal with. They just send them right to the hospital for no reason. So we just keep them for a certain amount of time. Instead of like treating them, being able to learn, they need to go get psychological evaluations themselves. I think only time they do that is maybe if they shoot somebody or something like that. But they should get that done periodically to make sure that they don't have no issues that they can deal with. And they bringing it to work and they taking
Right.
it out on somebody because they having an issue that they can't control. So I believe that they need psychological evaluations themselves. So put some more money into that instead of putting it into their pockets and giving them that power, because it's just crazy. My company
Yeah.
served the mental health and substance abuse community, and they are training the local police on how to deal with situations. That's good. What company do you work for, Annette? Oh,
So
correction, the company I work for.
So I mean, so is it like an extensive training program? That's what I want to know, because I was also listening in the same conversation. They was talking about the young lady who shot what's his name, Dante, right? And how
Mm-hmm.
she yelled out taser, taser
Oh,
before she shot him. And so they were saying that, that is proper protocol before you shoot the taser, is to say that. And so you know so then they were going back and forth in that whole debate of whatever, but then they were saying too that, yeah, police officers get this extensive training with how to use the tasers, and they're like, no, the extensive training is literally, you take, like, how you sit in front of the computer at work and you take that
mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
60-minute training. They pull you up, hey, go take that training on so and so university, and they're like, that's like what the training is, and then you have to like recertify once or twice, once a year or once every other year. So it's not like this extensive training, but then they want to make it seem like it is.
That
Well,
taser was her excuse so she can pull out that gun and shoot that dude. She can get away with it and try to say that she meant to pull out her taser. You know the difference between a taser and a gun, and you know that taser ain't got no trigger finger. So that whole thing of, and you 20 years on the job, that whole thing was, I'm a yell taser, taser. That's my defense. That was
I
her
agree
defense.
with you, Soso, because that's exactly what I was going to say. You were on the force for 20 years and you don't know the difference between the weight. I mean, I get the adrenaline is rushing at the time, but you know if you have a taser or a gun in your hand at the
Oh,
time.
they said her belt was twisted too, which they
Dude, the
said you
taser
That's
can't
what I
yellow,
beat
was
that
getting
right?
big
ready to
taser.
say.
Ain't the taser yellow?
Yes.
I don't.
And so when you pull it out, this bright color, don't realize if you got a black gun in your hand and you like, oh wait, this is not my taser. Let me hoist to this back. But what's the point of tasering him anyway?
Her defense is going to be that it was dark outside, so she couldn't tell the difference between it. But then I also feel like the weight of the two, and then they said the dominant, I guess your less dominant hand is where your taser is, and where your dominant hand is, your gun
Exactly.
is. So I guess that's why now she's trying to say her belt was twisted. Okay, cool, whatever. At the end of the day, if your belt was twisted, the handle was still in the opposite
It's
direction.
too
You
different.
knew it was not a gun. I mean, it was.
They're not made the same. They're not shaped the same. You know the difference. And what? Even if it was dark, what was the reason why she needed to tase him?
I don't know.
Right.
Why did you need to pull out any kind of forceful weapon? What happened to? It's supposed to be two cops. When you pull somebody over, you're supposed to call for backup for your safety. One, since that one cop had got killed a long time ago on a traffic stop, it should always be two cops supposedly doing a traffic stop. So why didn't, if you felt in danger, why didn't you call for backup
right,
before you decide to tase somebody? You know what I'm saying? Why not do that first? There's no excuse for you. There was no reason from what I was reading. I don't think he did anything dangerous to where she needed to pull out a taser. So a taser or a gun, why did you have to bring any kind of force? It's just crazy. They actually have offered to experience a real crisis. They are having a time crisis.
Well, that's a good thing, and that they have them actually experience the crisis. I hope that really helps with that aspect of the police learning how to treat people with true mental illnesses, not people who saying they're mentally ill just to get away from stuff, but there are really some people who need to be dealt with a different type of manner, and like I said, forcing or being forceful or being violent towards them only makes the situation even worse.
So let me ask you guys this: have you seen the video of the older lady? I think she was on the way to a funeral this past weekend, and the police pulled her out of her vehicle by her hair and arrested her.
No.
For what?
She was like I think she's like 62, 68-year-old woman. She was on the way to a funeral. I guess she got pulled over. I don't really know what the reason was for her getting pulled over, but you can see the police legit pulling her out of her car by her hair, slamming her on the ground, handcuffing her. I didn't get the full backstory of it, but I'll see if I can find it and send it to you guys. But it was just interesting. It's like, even Black women, we already know we are the least protected person walking this earth.
Yes.
But to see an older Black woman being beat like this, it makes it hard for us to trust the police when we see stuff like this taking place.
For what reason, though? You pulling her by her hair. She's 68 years old. Like, did she have, like, nunchucks? Like, why would you have to
She
put so much
wasn't even
force
fighting back anything. She wasn't resisting anything. I believe she was asking them repeatedly, like, why am I being pulled over? Why am I being forced out of my car? Why
And
am I being
that's when they get offended, because they can't tell you why they pulling you over.
can't justify
So
it.
now
Exactly.
they got no answer. So now they got to try to do something, and then they're going to try to lie and say they say why they pulled you over. And, oh, you resisted arrest. But why did you try to arrest me? It's just crazy. I just don't understand. It's, okay.
And
I'm sorry.
You talk about the guy getting pepper sprayed. I don't think I know that story either.
I didn't hear about that either.
He was. You're talking about the Navy, the guy that's a Navy or soldier, Army soldier. Is that the guy you're talking about? It was about 2 weeks ago.
She didn't respond back yet.
I
don't know.
Oh, Annette asked that. I'm sorry, Michelle. I thought you were asking that.
Oh no, yeah.
I was like, no,
did you hear me?
But
yeah,
but let's change the narrative to something more positive. And so April is National Poetry Month. Michelle, you say?
Yes, it is.
Is that what it is? National Poetry Month. So we are going to talk about some of our favorite poets. We probably all got like the same, but we're going to talk about some of our favorite poets. Do you write, Jordan? You look like you write.
I used to write, but it's been a long time. Michelle, have you gone to what is it called? Apache Cafe?
Of course, I've been to Apache.
Okay.
I haven't been to the new Apache, though. Well, I went like one time, but I was just in the parking lot. I never went in.
I went in for a bonfire there last year. It's not the same feel though.
Yeah, I think they do bonfires like every Sunday now or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, my friend, she's a poet, and so she's always there. But yeah, it just didn't, I don't think there'll ever be anything like Apache ever again
Oh
in
no.
my life.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So for so I know you like, what is Apache? What are they talking about? So to
I know. I
paint the
figure it's a
picture for
poetry
you.
set.
It's not even just the
Don't,
poetry
look,
set;
come
it's
back
the
to
space.
Chicago. Don't be going out to Georgia. I ain't been there yet.
It's just even the space. It's Apache Cafe, so it's the cafe itself. So even whatever was
Mm,
happening on the stage, it's just the whole atmosphere of
Atmosphere, yeah.
Apache itself
mm.
was always so dope. The vibe was always good. The people was
Small,
always
intimate,
That's kind of like
yes.
Giovanni's. How Giovanni's? Have you been to Nico's? You no, I didn't take you to Giovanni's.
mm-mm.
My friend Nico, rest his soul. He used to host comedy.
Oh
I mean,
wait,
a
Giovanni's
poetry
on
set.
Sibley.
Yeah, he's the host of comedy set at
Yes.
Giovanni's, the pizza place. Every I think it was Sunday, Thursday. I think it was Thursdays, and he brought a lot of poets, a lot of comics, a lot of DJs. He brought
Yes.
a lot of people. He brought out and was able to like they actually was able to let themselves out on that stage, and he like opened up a lot for them. And so I didn't believe it was Thursday at Giovanni's. He would have open mic poetry. And that's
Yes.
what I was telling you. He used to always
That's
tell
where
me,
I
you need
got
to
him
go up
from.
there and do your stuff. You need to go up there and read your poetry. And I'd be like, no, I'm too scared. I don't want to be on the mic or
I was at
whatever.
Giovanni's, and I got the first. This is the reason why I will never ever ever get drunk before reading poetry ever again. I was at Giovanni's, and I had a drink, and I got up there, and I was like,
I thought you was gonna say it gave you some liquid courage. See, that's what it would have done for me. I would have
No,
been like,
That's probably yeah, it probably would have did it for me too. That's
it just left me, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I just walked off the stage like I'm done. I can't.
drop the mic, literally.
Right? Yeah,
See y'all
yeah,
later.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I was always scared. That's one reason why I started at Illinois Media, because I wanted to be able to just like build my confidence of being behind the mic, in front of the mic, in front of the camera. Because believe it or not, I was always camera shy. If I was by myself, I could be in front of the camera with other people, but being behind the mic, like I didn't really. I always felt like my voice on tape or whatever always sounded like a 12-year-old kid. Like I felt like I always sounded so young. And then too, I didn't like reading my own stuff in front of people. Like if you gave me a Maya Angelou poem or somebody else's poem to read, I would have read it. But reading my own, I think I had this anxiety of what people would think. I always had that kind of anxiety of what people would think, how they perceive it. And so I never ever stood up and read my own poetry. But in church once, and I was shaking like a crackhead. Like I felt my voice shaking, my hand was shaking, and
I was trying not to laugh. I'm sorry.
I was
But y'all
shaking
know
so
Sophia was
bad.
rapping on the video when she was.
She saw that
I
video.
did. I
She
did.
had the
Yes.
movement and everything.
Yes. And she was giving it to him strong right around the uncut. She was like, you hurt my feelings. You broke my heart. It's over for you.
Yes. She like, you know, it's okay. Somebody been watching the rap video.
And that was actually
That
a
was
poem that
awesome.
I turned into a rap. That was a poem I wrote for the song, but then it just became like the whole rap part of it. Because I'm not a rapper at all. But Michelle, you got something? You got a piece written, ready?
Huh?
Huh? You the one said we was gonna read.
Wait, I didn't know we
You
I
were
better
reading.
find something. Look, I don't even know. Like I haven't wrote in so long, and I know I have used to put stuff on my Facebook, but I don't even know how to find my notes on Facebook.
Well, I have spoken word. Well, I have spoken word. I do spoken word, so I already have a couple of pieces that's like already embedded in my brain. Um, but I was thinking about reading somebody else's poetry, but I don't think I would be able to do it justice. My
Exactly.
yeah, I was gonna read my friend Brandon's poetry because
Oh,
yeah, I miss
maybe
him.
you
I love
should.
him so much, and so I did want to celebrate him somehow this month. So I would just get celebrate him by just talking about him and how inspiring he was to me, and how he was a true poet because he wrote every day. He always had something to say, and it was so amazing. And that's like the one thing I loved about him. Every day he had something to say, and he will always let you know that you had a voice. He always had an encouraging word for me. I don't know about everybody else, but I know he did for me.
For
So I
you.
miss you, Brandon. Continue resting in peace. I celebrate you this month. I celebrate you every day. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, I'll do a little one. I'll do a little short one. And then, but if I do a piece, we got enough time for somebody else to do one.
I'm trying to
Jordan,
find one. I'm trying to find
I was
one.
gonna say so.
I was going to say, because you're not ready. That was Sophia's fault. She was supposed to prepare you, Jordan.
Well, I have
I
a
said
friend who's a
I
poet.
told her.
You have a friend who's
I
a poet?
said,
Yes. So I actually want to go ahead and promote her a little bit. Her name is
Okay.
Phoenicia Howard. She's actually from Evanston, just like me. She lives there in Atlanta now, but she actually has a book called Letters to an Anonymous Heart. Um, and you can
oh,
actually purchase it on Amazon. So I will send you guys the link for that.
Please do.
yes, please.
Would it? She's still in Atlanta?
Yes, she is.
What's her stage name?
That's a good question. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'll find out and I'll let you know.
Okay. I just want to know if I've seen her perform before or not.
Okay, I'll find out and I'll get back to you on
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Did they like take off notes on
it.
Facebook? Remember you just had notes and you just like be able to write
Oh yeah,
in your
you had the
notes on
little
Facebook.
pieces and stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
did they
Do
take
they
that
still have
off?
those up there?
I don't know if they have it because it used to be on my page, but I don't even see it. Let me see. Search profile.
Okay. So I can do something. I'll do. This is short and sweet. It's like a minute long. Okay. And a lot of people have heard it before, but I mean, people hear multi-platinum songs all day. So okay, it's called Black Girl Magic. Are you
Okay.
listening, Sophia?
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. I promise. I'm listening.
Look, I don't know why I'm acting all
Come on, SoSo.
shy. Okay.
Come on, Michelle. You got it.
All right.
Got the fingers ready.
I got Black Girl Magic. So smooth, it's like a habit. Imagine getting the satisfaction of seeing your actions manifest into blessings and lessons. Don't think it's been perfect for me, see, because I know I make it look easy. I jump over hurdles like a track star, and I never stop searching for who I am. I can fly higher than you ever known. All I had to do was just let go. I didn't have to do it the way that they think of it. See, that's the power of this black girl magic. Bet you wish you could drink it. I use my curves just like some
Oh,
birds. My melanin spices me up like herbs. I'm the flyest chick that you ain't never heard of. I can be dressed in all black and still be the brightest one in the room. How many times I gotta tell y'all, I birthed nations with this womb. And that's that black girl magic. Hey, that's that black girl magic.
hey,
And that's that
Hey,
piece.
hey.
Yay!
yay! You did that,
See,
sis.
Thank you.
that was good. Yes, I. You remember that?
Yeah, that was an easy one.
That was
That's
that
yeah,
was
that was easy.
love.
Thank you. Okay,
Okay,
so
Jordan. I can't find mine. I don't
okay,
remember one.
why don't you do that piece you did in the beginning of that song?
Oh, why you gonna put out there like that?
Come on, SoSo.
Come on, we
Ah,
only got a
that's
few
so
minutes
play.
left
I'm so
now.
tired of this song.
It's all right.
Y'all just be playing me with this song.
Well, you ain't gotta do the song. We just want to hear your
We
piece.
just want to right. We just want to hear your piece
Oh,
because I might need to go
okay.
tell somebody that later on today.
Mm-hmm.
You say what? You
I
might
said
need to
I
tell
might need to
somebody.
use your piece to go tell somebody that later on today.
Okay, it's so many times love has failed me, waking up with heartbreak that my ex left me. Till I met you so unexpectedly, you set my mind free, you gave me love so differently. You took me under your wings, I saw new things, you gave me your heart, you're the man of my dreams. You're my strong tower, I'm your flower, where'd I go some power? Tasha, we hold all the power. I love the way you make me feel. Yes, I love your sex. All of my exes, baby, you're the best. You brought me through my bitterness. Never thought I'd love again. You're not only my lover, you're my best friend. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. You love me so softly, tenderly, swiftly. Keep me under your wings. Keep me under your wings. Go ahead, your part. I want to take you under. No,
Go ahead, SoSo.
Hey.
I can't even believe I remember the whole thing.
And I was doing this in my mind the whole time.
I was trying not to do it in the rap, so I'm like, let me do it kind of as I was in the poem. I could have did it.
See,
I could have did it a
even
little more
Amy wanted to
smoothly.
hear it. Annette said she wanted to hear it too. So
Well, Nat, there you go. There you go.
good job.
There you
friend.
go.
I'm trying to get
Next
my
time,
phone
I'm
to
gonna
ring
find my
out
real
stuff.
stuff. I guess that just tells me I need to start back writing again.
You should.
You know, I have it. I have a whole notebook of like a lot of my writings, and I need to like just really get it together.
Yeah, Sophia, you do a lot, honey. Don't beat
You
yourself
sure
up.
do. I told Sophia the other day that she is a real, true hustle her. Okay? She has like so many different businesses and I love it. I love it.
Businesses, schools, kids,
Kids,
life.
everything. She wears so
Then
many
she want
different
to
hats.
try and
I
throw
got
in some
those
other
bundles
stuff.
on deck. Okay.
Then she be like,
I got
I got hair, I got bonnets, I got hairpins, I got
Lip
tweezers,
gloss, look,
I got
everything.
bars for you.
I'm getting some AirPods. You know.
You need
Everything.
a flyer made. She hustle
She
man
got it
from the fifth
all.
floor.
Yes. The grown man from the fifth floor. Grown son
That's
from the
so,
fifth floor.
look. It was so crazy because I was at my when I was at my niece party, I had brought all my stuff. Every time we have a gathering, I'm bringing all my stuff. They like, look, and my brother was like, we going to have to charge you a booth fee, because I'm selling my wigs at her house. I'm selling tweezers. I got my glasses there. Like I'm selling. I'm making a kill. I get my bonnets. So every time it's a family event, they like, Sophia, we had a party. You just selling everywhere. I say, hey, I wait till y'all settle down. Y'all have fun at the party. I'm gonna bring out my stuff.
There
Why
you go.
not?
Knock it out. You might as well.
If somebody there to buy, why shouldn't I sell? I ain't
There you
selling
go.
crack.
Right. That part.
I'm gonna be like you one day. I'm gonna get some merch and sell it too. Put my name on it.
Girl, yes. I see Phyllis selling hair now too.
Oh,
Yeah, so go on get it.
amen.
Get it.
Amen. All right,
I got
it's
a bonnet.
almost time to go.
Yeah, it is. And
Oh,
Jordan,
the camera
your
light.
poem, your friend's poem, are you reading it or?
I'm gonna read Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. Does that work
That's
for
my
y'all?
favorite.
That was my
That
Okay.
is
first piece when I was in high
the first
school.
poem
When I was in
that
high
I
school
fell
Okay.
in
on
love
the
with.
speech team, that was the poem I
Yes.
did on the speech team. Get it, girl.
Look,
That's the poem
so
I did in my legal secretary class.
Yeah.
y'all work with me. It's been a minute since I've read poetry. Lord.
All right, honey.
What did y'all
Go
talk me
ahead.
into? All right, here we go. Pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think that I'm telling lies. I say it's the reach in my arms, the span in my hips, the stride in my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenally. That's me. I'll walk into a room just as cool as you please, into a man. The fellow stands or falls down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenally. That's me. And I'm not gonna read the other two, but there y'all go. Okay, y'all got those two out of me.
You can't cut off a Maya Angelou poem.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm nervous
Look
right
at
now.
your face.
Pick up your mouth, Michelle. Okay. Give me a second. I needed a break.
Thank
Whew.
you.
Okay, here we go
We
with
was
the
all
last.
into it.
Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see me. I say it's the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the right of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palms of my hands, the need of my care. Because I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me.
Yes.
There we
R.I.P.
go.
to the beautiful Maya
My
Angelou.
Angelou. Yes.
Amen.
Okay,
There we go.
plug time. So, Miss J, since they hear me and Michelle plugs every week. We're gonna start with you. Go ahead, plug yourself. Where can people find you? What are you selling? I know you got your T-shirt. Oh, Michelle, she make T-shirts. So go ahead and plug,
We ain't gonna
Miss
plug that right now, but we're gonna go ahead and plug it since you put it out there.
J.
You can follow me on all social media sites at MISS Jordan Radio. And then you can follow my business at Ashae Creations, which is ASHAE Creations on Instagram and Facebook. I also have a website, AshaeCreations.com. I am on For the People Radio every Wednesday on Evolution Pop from 3 to 5 p.m. And then I'm also on the Go-To Guys sports talk show every Thursday at 4 from 4 to 4:30. So you can listen to them on SportsTownChicago.com. And that's on Thursdays. They're on there from 3 to 5, but I'm only on from 4 to 4:30. And I think that's it. And then you're gonna hear me on somebody's and then you're gonna hear me on somebody's radio, hopefully soon, or in front of somebody's camera, if not behind the camera. I'm gonna do it all.
I know that's
Yes,
right.
that is the plan. You
I
said
stand in
Ashae
agreement with you
Creations.
there,
Let me know
sis.
if I spelled that right.
It's an extra I. Take
Yes.
that one out. That's before the end, and then that's
Okay.
correct.
So spell it.
Yep, you spelled it right. ASHAE
Create.
Creations.com. Yes. And I make customized gifts, t-shirts, masks, cups, coasters. I've made customized wine bottle labels. Just about pretty much anything my customers come to me and ask me to make. If I've never made it, I'll find a way to make it for you.
Okay, we might need to talk. I need some labels for my skincare.
So
I got
speaking of it, Miss J, I'm gonna talk to you outside of here because I was gonna do it myself, but if I can take your time away from you and have you do it.
Let me know.
My niece, her prom, and so I wanted to get like potato chip bags made and label stuff like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely holler at you outside of here.
And I also help my sister. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the yard cards where people have like the big happy birthdays, get well,
Oh
happy
yeah.
Valentine's, all stuff like that. My sister has a business called A Party for Your Yard, and I help out with that. So if you're ever in need of that, I help with the setup, takedown. She does all the creative behind the scenes, but I help with the assembly of it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Sophia
So,
number 2.
I know,
but
right?
don't
I'm
talk to
thinking
me
about
like
she's talking
Sophia
about
when I
me.
grow up.
And he
She's
talking
talking
about
about
something,
me.
yeah, and that's it. That's it. You ain't
Right?
tired yet?
Look, I keep adding. Oh yeah, and I'm a mom. No,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah,
Right.
I make cakes too. No.
Right.
See, we do party decor. If you have a birthday party, baby shower, we do it all.
See?
So yeah,
Now
we got
Shelly,
you.
Um,
what's up with
you
you?
know, I'm in the middle of two big time hustles, okay? I am just all I am is just an
Oh, you
esthetician.
are, girl.
Right,
Thank you.
because
I'm
we
an
gonna connect
esthetician.
too.
Yeah, I'm an esthetician and a brow artist. I have my own suite here in Georgia. It's in Dunwoody, Georgia. And there, like I said, I specialize in brows. I do brow waxing, tinting, henna. I also do some micro shading and micro blading. I also do uh what else did I say? I do makeup. I do makeup. And I also have a natural skincare line as well. So it includes face wash, face scrubs, body wash, body scrubs, body butter that is amazing. So that's the one thing I say. If you want to learn how to trust me through my body butter. Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Trust me.
And
I'm trusting for your body butter.
where can they order this stuff from, or where can they book you
They
at?
can order it from MichelleLaShae.com. So what you see up there is my name. That's what my website is. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, everything Michelle LaShae. Michelle, it's either Michelle LaShae or Michelle_LaShae. But my website is MichelleLaShae.com. MICHELLE.
What I got?
You
You
got an
know
extra A.
it's early.
Michelle.
My bad for
You
all
like,
all
It's
the
all right.
you
misspellings.
didn't have your coffee this morning,
It's all
so.
right. I got
I
my
had
coffee. I'm
coffee,
ready.
it was just wasn't strong enough.
It's Michelle.
So
I don't
I'm
know how to
drinking
spell your
tea,
name,
but I'm
Michelle.
drinking kombucha. I'm trying to start my health journey this week.
Hey, good
Oh,
So
job. I'm gonna put some
drinking
good stuff in here one day. I'm gonna put some tea in here instead of coffee.
put some tea with a little,
coffee is
never mind.
actually good for you.
Mexican.
Coffee is actually good for you.
Yeah, it's
Just
good.
to let you know.
It's not, but when you ain't drinking enough water, you still
Why is
get
it
it
not
though.
giving me my E? Now I'm writing the E in there. I promise you.
They
I'm
got
writing
it.
that
Oh,
E.
but
Well, the
down there is
scroll at the
right.
bottom is right. Yeah.
At the
Oh,
bottom is
okay.
right. Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, that's it. I also do spoken word. So I write. Let me try and make myself sound like everybody else. Okay, I do spoken word.
Hmm.
I am available to speak. If you, I am a speaker, so if you need someone to speak for, like a program or something you're having to educate people on, whatever skincare to building self conscious. I also have a YouTube channel, that I need to put some stuff on and some new updated stuff. But on there, you can catch some makeup tutorials because like I said, I love to teach. So
which she still haven't really got a teacher's license. I've been trying to get her to do for the longest, but it's all right. What you say?
What you say, so? Look, I want to know what she said because I might need her to teach me whatever.
She know what I say. I've been trying to go tell her, go get your teacher's license. Teach these people out in Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
it's coming,
That's a
friend.
whole
It's
different,
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
breed. But hats
Let
off
it
to you.
come.
One day, hopefully, maybe I'll have some type of a educational institute or something like that.
There you go.
Exactly.
So,
And you
so
will.
advanced. Now, I don't know if I would want to do it from the beginning. That would probably be some type of advanced education. But
That's what I did.
Let me know if you need a grant writer. I write grants also.
come on, sis.
You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about that part. I write grants also, guys.
All right. Well, I will be looking
Don't
at because I
talk
need to
about
start building a
me.
team because I got some great things about to happen. Okay.
Don't talk
Let's do it.
about me.
I'm sorry, so.
No, I'm
You
saying
are
don't
a true
talk about
hustler,
me.
though.
Y'all. Oh yeah, I got this YouTube page. Oh yeah, I speak publicly. I'm a public speaker. Oh yeah, I write grants. Oh what?
This
What?
is Black Girl Magic in front of all three of us right now. Okay, so we gotta step it up and support each other.
Okay. What you do, so? Tell the people what you
I don't
do.
do
Yes, tell
nothing.
them so.
No, look, I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing but sit at
Work it
home.
out.
No, no, I have I recently moved my spa to from Naperville to Plainfield, and I still got to get the rest of my stuff out of Naperville. Matter of fact, it's been about 3 weeks. And so I have a spa called Anisialis Spa in Plainfield, Illinois, located inside the Lux Barbershop. I also have an online beauty store called Deluxe Hair, where I sell bundles and wigs. I got some new products coming in. I got some new wigs coming in. I got like some really nice shades going to be added onto the site. Some little blinged out glasses going to be added onto the site. I'm also starting my whole thing called SoSo Production, where I'm going to be having my own little SoSo Production AirPods coming through. So I'm going to have my own little store for that, where I'm trying to get together, where I'm selling like microphones and all production type stuff. And then also I do advanced aesthetics education, where on Sundays, where even not even just advanced, if you are a aesthetic student and you need more education, you need a state board exam practice or prep, I do that. Also come if you want to get more practical work than what you get in the school. You can also call me on Sundays. I open my spot to students where they can come and practice waxing or whatever they're not comfortable with while they're in school, so they can get more training. It's $50 an hour. I do that for the and the state board. And also I have actually a lash extension course coming up. I'm going to put the flyer out for that. And yeah. Oh, and also my radio show is called Unfiltered. We air on Tuesdays on evolutionpop.com. The Monday morning talks every morning at usually 10:30, but we had, some stuff, prior engagements today, so we started a little late. Also, my Speak It is where I do my interviews, podcast interviews, so check that out. And then also, this is all on YouTube. I got to get the page together, y'all. But other than that, yeah, that's about. Oh yeah, so if you need flyers or if you need like menus made or a website design, I do that as well. I don't have a website for that yet. That's coming onto my SoSo production website. I'm putting it together, and I think I don't babysit. No, that's not on my resume. So don't ask me. No, but that's it. That's about it. I think that's I think that's
I feel like we
that's
on SpongeBob and it'd be like 3 hours later and you still like, and then I do, and then I do, and then I do.
You see how she had to look like, did I get everything? She had to check the list off real
I
quick.
think I'm missing something, but I'm not even gonna say it. But I know it's. But you know what? That's all. That's all. That's all for now. That's enough.
I
For
love
now.
it. You know what? I love it. I love that y'all do so much, and I'm in the middle of your inner circle because y'all so elevated. I'm just trying to get up there with y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I got you. Whatever you need. Oh, press on nails will be coming on the site as well. You know,
You know what
I
I'm
knew
saying?
it. I knew it.
I'm a nail tech. You know, I did the nail tech program. I haven't been doing nails, but I do make press on nails, so I'm putting that on my site as well.
Go ahead, SoSo. That's that black girl magic for real.
Hey.
And that's it. That's all. Thank y'all for watching, tuning in. We will see you guys next Monday. Hopefully, Miss J will join us again. It was a blast having you on. I love you.
I enjoyed myself.
And
Thank you guys. Love you too.
love y'all. Have a good night. See y'all
You
later.
too.
It ain't
All
night.
right,
It's still
see
the
you later.
afternoon, friend. It's the afternoon, friend.
Good rest of your
Oh,
day.
hey, my bad.
It's only 12.
Oh, wait. Before we end, so we got our little short films we had to do. I'm just putting mine
Oh,
together.
yes.
The Joey and Jordy hip hop love story that's supposed to be in Jordan, but you know she made me play it. But
Man, nobody even told me. Look, the next project, I got you.
you better because I'm like I did not want to act on my own stuff, but
I
I
would
was
have
like I
done
need
it.
a
Nobody
Jordy.
told me. Nobody
I
told
need a
me.
Jordy. I'm so mad.
Look, I'll
But
be there, Jordy. We can do part 2.
yes, because I want to make it extended anyway. So
Let's do it.
I'm spending the rest of the day putting it all together. So see how it turned out.
Okay.
I'm gonna be there to see it, but we'll see how it turned out.
Yeah, and I'm a
But
queen pin in my short film, so
oh Lord Jesus Christ, that's right.
we
I
gonna
can't wait
see
to
how
see
that works.
y'all. I can't wait to see
I'm
y'all.
excited.
All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, talk to you later. Love you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye.